Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion on the Pitra Dosha which can be found in someone's astrological chart. So which all are the alignments which form this Pitra Dosha, like what could be the effect of that in someone's life, what could be the probable like lifestyle remedies or the devotional remedies, ritualistic remedy you need to do that in order to get rid of that. This video is going to be a discussion on all of that. So guys, you know me that just because I always give attention to the kind of theme which the cosmos in the transit has created, I handpick or select my topic accordingly. So even at a time when I'm recording this video, it's a Shanivar, it's a Saturday, and moon is also transiting in the Scorpio. So I just thought we can have our discussion on something which is very intense. And also because we are heading towards the month of the September, which is going to be the eclipse month. So in a lot of my monthly horoscope videos, my weekly horoscope videos, I'm giving a reference to that. So because of that, in the comment section, lot many people who are not aware about that, they have been asking questions. So I just thought this video can actually give answer to all of that. And again guys, I just want to be very clear, this video or these kind of topics are not directed towards those people who are a disbeliever. Now in 15-20 minutes or half an hour video, I cannot convince you to believe in this fact. This video is to cater to those people who believe in it. They are already facing the effect of that, what they can do. So after this video you might get a clarity of that. So guys, first of all, now what do you understand by the Pitra Dosha? So simply put, in our Vedic philosophy, we don't see our life separated or individually from our ancestors. Our life is seen as interconnected with our ancestors. So simply put, if they have done some good deeds, we will get the reward of that. If our forefathers, this could be seen as both ways. Either this could be that you in the past life might have committed a sin, or this could be a case that you are born in a lineage where your forefathers have committed a sin, and the payback of that is something which you have to pay through facing struggle in different areas or avenues of the life. Now comes the question that what all are the participating players which form this Pitra Dosha? What all are the probable outcome and the combinations? So simply put guys, in this sun and the moon, luminary plays a very significant role. Saturn and Rahu Ketu plays a very significant role. And let's say for example, if ascendant is also a part of that, ascendant lord is also part of that, then somehow the clutches of this yoga and its impact, its grip on your life tend to remain very strong. Now generally we say this thing guys, that what I have seen, that if you will find that specifically either moon or sun is conjunct with either Saturn or Rahu or Saturn or Ketu. So let's say for example, if you have the conjunction of Saturn, Sun, Rahu in your chart, or you have the conjunction of Saturn, Moon and Ketu in the chart, and that too it is happening in specific houses like first house, second house, fourth house, fifth house, 8th house, 9th house, then we can say that okay, the ancestors might not be happy. There is a specific area of life where the native has to struggle. Now in which form the struggle will come? So obviously guys, if your ancestors are not happy, so or there is some sort of punishment regarding which the payback, the bill is being paid by you through your suffering. So that could happen in a way that in majority of the cases you will see that people, irrespective of the fact that how much hard work they do, they're not able to get the desired result or the matching result of that. Second thing is, in all those cases where getting married or there are issues of the childbirth, that could be the impact of the Pitra Dosha. In certain families you will see as a trend that there would have been many unnatural death, accidental death or suicidal death. And again guys, just because These days I do astrology individually in isolation for the clients who book their consultation with me. But in the older times, even right now in India, in the countryside, every family has their own astrologer. So that means, and that astrologer also comes from a lineage of the astrologer. So that means an astrologer who has one family as a permanent client, he knows everything about the history of that family. So he knows that in this family lineage there have been many suicidal deaths and the accidental death happened. So because of that, and when the eligible candidate who will be about to get married, then the job of an astrologer is going to be to look for a girl or a chart or a planetary alignment which will compensate the fault which is ongoing in that family. So this could be one of the probable impact of the Pitra dosha. Along with that, guys, I have also seen false allegation, court cases, sudden big problem. That is also seen as an impact of that. And beyond any doubt, like some sort of chronic health problem, hereditary problem which goes on in the family. So these all are the telltale signs and symbols of the impact of the Pitra dosha in someone's chart. So now, guys, comes the question that what can be done as a part of the remedy. So guys, next month, in the month of the September, like the way from this eclipse and the full moon on September 7th until that new moon, like which will happen, the solar eclipse which will happen on September 22nd. So as per the lunar calendar calculation, those 2 weeks are known as the Pitri Paksh, and the Amavas, the new moon which will happen, that is called as the Sarva Pitri Amavasya. Now that is considered as so important, important, that is considered as so important that in certain cases where, let's say for example, we have seen that aircraft crash or sometimes some natural calamity happened, like people who have gone to take a picture and they just got flown away because of the flow of the river and the body was never been found. So how you would do the funeral or the death ritual? So in all these kind of cases, even the missing bodies and all of that, so this Sarva Pitri Amavasya is considered as very important day to do the Shraddh and the Tarpan in the name of your departed ancestors. And in certain cases where the females of the family, they also say this thing that I keep on getting the dreams of my father-in-law or my grandfather, and he does not look very happy in the dream. When he came in my dream, he was asking for the food. He was not very happy. He was crying. So those all are the telltale signs. Those all are the signs that the Pitris are not very happy. Ancestors are not happy. And because of which, in the charts of the family, you will see these kind of combination. Again, guys, I'm telling you, I might not be a family astrologer to many people, to many clients of mine, but in all those cases where people have get their chart assessed of their wife, husband, children, father, you see a pattern connecting the whole family together. And when there is a Pitra dosha, that generally, that sign, that connecting loop tend to remain a matter of the affliction. So now comes the question that what you have to do. So generally, guys, people who have any of the Pitra dosha in their natal chart, I always give attention to every new moon is very, very important for you. So for the new moon, we say that donation of the food items, like especially to a religious place. This could be a temple, this could be a church, this could be a gurdwara. The white things, like this could be rice, this could be milk, so this could be sugar. You can donate it to any of the religious shrine in the name of your ancestors. Like some people also do that, especially I have to appreciate the Sikh people, the Punjabi people, that they do lot of charity. So like if you get to know, you go to visit any temple, you visit any church, you visit any gurdwara, you get to know that okay, in this church administration, they need certain chairs, they need this wall clock to be fixed, to bear, so you can bear the expense of those things. See, again, you do not have to do a demonstration of that you have to write the name of your father in a chair which you will donate to a park or you donate to a church. You do not have to do like that. Our planetary vibrations works on a very soul in a very subtle level. They are all the time creating an impact. So that becomes very important. And just because guys, very soon we will be heading towards the lunar eclipse. So generally we say that, you know, people in whose case you have these kind of affliction to your moon, like your moon is conjunct with Ketu, your moon is conjunct with Saturn, and this combination is taking place in the 8th house, in the 12th house. So we generally say that you know, staying hydrated becomes very important. Avoid the excessive use of the, like the gray color which I am wearing or the black color which I am wearing. So gray, smoky gray is the Rahu color. Avoid that. My Rahu is very strong. I am allowed. The gray color, smoky color, avoid that. This could be in the clothes you wear. This could be in your bed sheet. This could be in your curtain. So black color, gray color, dark blue color, all the Saturn or the Rahu colors you have to avoid. The more you will use the white color, it is much better for you. This could be a wardrobe choice, or this could be in your curtains, in your bed sheets and all of that. We generally say, guys, see, people only give attention to the to this practice of offering water to the rising sun, but the same practice can be done to offer water to the full moon as well. So this could be a case that take a silver glass, store water in that. They're like certain white flowers which only bloom in the night. See, I know from the Indian perspective, we call it chameli, Rajnigandha, Ratrani. These are the Indian flowers, indigenous Indian flowers. I'm sure wheresoever country you live, there must be certain indigenous flowers being found over there which blooms in the night, which are white in color. So you can use that. There could be a perfume made of these flowers. Not perfume, because in perfume there is alcohol. We call it itr. We call it as itr. So you can use little bit of the honey, a drop of the milk, raw milk, and then you can offer it to the, on a full moon night, you can offer it to the moon as well, while pointing, looking at towards the moon and reciting the Bij mantra of the moon. So that will become very important. And again guys, I cannot exaggerate and highlight the importance of the devotion and bhakti to Shiva. Like the way we say, when we worship Hanuman, Hanuman protects. When we worship Ganesh, it removes the obstacles. When you worship Shiva, it is the best of the best of the best remedy for the peace of the mind. I'm telling you guys, being an astrologer, sometimes we feel that, okay, we take things lightly. A good health we take lightly. The wealth we take lightly. But they're like areas where people are struggling. And the mental health and the depression and the anxiety is the chief concern. And over there, worship of the Lord Shiva has to be a part of your lifestyle, at least for destroying the sorrows, negativity, depression. It is the best remedy that has to be a part of your lifestyle. And again guys, see, the thing is, if you have certain combination in your natal chart, right, so when that same alignment happens in the transit, that is the very good time for doing the anushthan, for doing the ritual. See, again, you have to understand, like even when I was a kid, I couldn't tell you how many times, how much money my parents have spent on a routine basis, getting I know the Hindi word, to remove the affliction of my running time period of the natal alignment, to get a ritual done, and how much money my parents used to pay. Because obviously, like if 3 or 4 priests are going to come to home with all the material for the ritual, and then they spend their 8 hours chanting the Bij mantra on my behalf, so they have to be remunerated, right? So, and I come across lot many times when people say this thing, oh, you know, that astrologer is like they are scamming us. Whenever you go to them, they provide us a big expensive bill that, okay, $1,000 of the ritual you have to do, $2,000 ritual you have to do, because that astrologer can foresee that there is some affliction in the chart, and unless and until, and there are like many things which you cannot do with the family life, with the worldly materialistic life, we cannot do that. But someone who does that as a part of the living, he is the right person. Now guys, why to go very far? Like I gave my reference lot many times. In my case, I'm in the Saturn Mahadasha. Within the Saturn Mahadasha, the Rahu Antar will start from the January of 2026. and that time Rahu is already transiting. I'm an Aquarius moon. Rahu is already transiting on my moon, natal moon. So I always remain at guard that okay, this dasha is coming in, this transit is coming in. So I always call my parents, hey, get this ritual done. I know this priest, call it at the home. And now what is happening for these 3-4 days? They're like three or four priests who are coming to our place. First they do all the Nav Graha Shanti Puja, and after that they do the Shiva Archana, all the Devi gods Archana. After that they just go to the corner of the house, and in their own environment then they do the japa. In certain counts they keep a copy and a pen for the certain 4 priests for 4 hours do that, and then they just have to eat once a day. Then my mom, like without any onion and garlic, then the food which is required, then they have the lunch, then they depart for the day. So that's what I'm trying to say, because I know I don't have that Pitra dosha in my chart, but yeah, the appeasement of the Rahu was very much required, because ever since Rahu has transited to the Aquarius, I'm already seeing slight restlessness in my mind. So that is what I'm trying to tell you, that if you also have a Grahana dosha or Pitra dosha in your chart, so apart from all of those things which we have discussed so far, this could be the Shiva Bhakti, Shiva Archana on a daily basis, or avoiding the black color, the smoky grey colors, offering and doing the Archana, offering things to the moon in the night time. So apart from that, on 7th, when it's going to be the, like just before the Sutak hours will begin, like just a day before, like on September 6th as well, you can get a ritual done in order to appease the affliction which you have in your chart. On September 22nd, when it's going to be the new moon, Sarv Pitra Amavasya, then also you can get a proper ritual done. And let's say for example, if you live in overseas, you do not have a provision of getting all these things done, and you are facing all the symptoms which I just mentioned. This could be child progeny related problem, accidental death, suicide, depression, hereditary problems, and all these kind of things. So doing donations, charity in the name of your ancestors will become very, very important. So yes guys, that was just a small video which I just wanted to talk about, because I hope it would have been clear to you. So all that combinations which I have mentioned, like sun, moon primarily, and making a connection with the Saturn, Rahu and Ketu, and worse, if ascendant lord is also a part of that. So let's say for example, if you are a Capricorn Lagna and your ascendant lord Saturn is conjunct with Saturn, ascendant lord Saturn is conjunct with like Rahu and moon in the 8th house. So then you have a typical Pitra dosha that cannot be overlooked. There is going to be one specific area of life where there will be suddenness, and that suddenness, again guys, you have to understand, if Rahu is good, suddenness will happen, but it will only happen for the good events. But if Rahu is going to be bad, suddenness will happen, but only for your fall, only for some disgraceful and some accidental and some bad news. That is what you have to understand. Planet will not leave its innate nature. Saturn represents delay, whether good or bad, it will take its time. For Rahu, it's suddenness, and generally in the Pitra dosha, Rahu and Ketu have a very strong say, and they remove our free will. So whatever will happen, you are just going to be a mute spectator, and life will do its deed, and you will be left like astonished. So yes guys, that was the video. I hope it would have served some purpose. So once again guys, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.